Hey everybody, welcome back. Movie review time, where we geek out about a movie we just saw, and we just saw 1942.
No.
I'm not doing this joke. We just saw 1917. So this is going to be our no spoiler review. We're just going to take a couple minutes to give you our overall thoughts and opinions on this movie. We won't say anything spoilery. If we do, we will cut it out. However, there will also be a spoiler review if you want to see that as well, where we can talk more specifically about little things we want to talk about. That being said, we don't consider ourselves film critics or really movie reviewers. I use that word more for metadata purposes. We're just film geeks, and we want to talk about movies. And sometimes I overwhelm people with movies like I'm about to.
Oh, God.
So, you know, that's kind of where we're coming from.
Yay, Oscar season.
Yay, Oscar season! It's my year. It's my time, baby. First thing I did today was get up and make like a list of everything we haven't seen and where I can currently find it. So, you know, foreign films, documentaries, the whole deal.
He went, here!
Yeah. Hey, I know you just told me you're super busy today. Here's the list of 24 movies we need to watch by February 9th. That said, we're going to talk about 19...
me out.
I know. Well, again, a lot of those you don't have to see. You know, I like to see everything I can, but... anyways, so we'll do a little Oscar talk as we go along in here too, but we are here to talk about 1917, which we wanted to see anyways.
Yeah.
Actually, that was one we had planned to see. It just didn't open before the Golden Globes for us, or at least not before vacation and Golden Globes. Or I guess, no, it just opened this past weekend, so... Wide
release?
Yeah, or at least in our theaters. None of our theaters booked it before this past weekend, and when we went and saw Underwater. But this had sold out that time. That's why we stuck with Underwater. But we finally got to see it, and which really surprised me that she even wanted to see it, because not much of a war movie.
I'm really not into war movies. They are not my cup of tea. However, I was fascinated by the idea that it's all supposed to be basically one long shot. Clearly it's not, but... Right,
we do know the tricks, but wow.
But yeah, so I was fascinated by that aspect of it. So my review in a nutshell is, it's a really well-made movie. I'm probably not going to watch it again. Yeah,
I'm excited to watch it again in glorious 4K Dolby Vision. I saw in the end credits it did say it was a Dolby Vision movie, so the 4K disc better be Dolby Vision. Stupid HD. I'm doing that to annoy her now.
Yes, you are.
And it's working. But yeah, so now granted, I had high expectations for it, especially because it had won Golden Globe, Best Picture and everything in the drama category. And wow, I mean, it just delivered. It just totally knocked it out of the park for me. It was an intense journey. It was more intense than I thought. Because actually by the end I was crying, and I don't want to tell you too much about that until we get into spoilers, but it's a different type of crying than I usually get out of movies. It wasn't so much an emotion, I mean obviously it's emotional, but it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't about characters or loss or anything like that. It was a whole other thing, but it was pretty interesting.
I'm not sure if it felt that intense to me.
I didn't think it did until this moment came up for me, but we'll get more into that in the actual spoilers. But pacing, it's like about 2 hours. I thought the pacing was excellent. Like, I mean, it just goes like you get a few minutes in the beginning.
I'm gonna admit I was dozing off at the very beginning.
Before it kind of got going.
Yeah,
I could understand that, but again, you're also very tired and you've had a very busy day.
Yes,
so that can be a problem.
I was like, I got my blankie.
Yeah, you got all comfy.
Got my legs up.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, there's a movie I have to watch.
But I mean, I loved it. The performances were great. One complaint, again, I'll be more specific in spoilers though, is a couple of moments from pretty much the end of the movie were heavily featured in the marketing. So unfortunately, I am sitting there kind of thinking, well, I know we still haven't gotten to this like key shot they kept showing in the trailers and stuff. So I kind of hate when they do that, but at the same time, it's like, it's not really a story. I mean, I guess you kind of, even if you don't know your history, you're pretty sure you know what's going to happen, but it's still the ride, the journey you take is just phenomenal. And again, some of the cinematography. Now, again, I told her this too, because she was like, a lot of people are going to think because it's all in one take that counts as cinematography. That's not actually cinematography. That's a director's choice. So just like, don't say it should get cinematography because it pulled off the illusion of all being in one shot. Those are two separate things. However, the actual cinematography, like
that'd be more of an editing.
Well, it's not even so much an editing thing. Although I wanted to look, did they actually get an editing nomination? Because honestly, there's not a lot of picture editing to be done. You know, I mean, maybe there's like a dozen cuts in the whole movie versus like 2,000-3,000 cuts in an average movie, you know?
I'd be willing to bet there's more cuts than that.
They probably use some invisible, like George Lucas style CG of like taking a bit from one take and another take and putting the actors.
I think there's a lot of that.
Yeah, there might actually be a lot more invisible editing, so maybe the editor should have a nomination. I don't remember if they got nominated for editing. editing.
Because I basically almost any time where you have like a big foreground thing moving by, that's probably a cut.
Those are the obvious invisible cuts. But I mean, not that they're obvious in the movie. That's just obvious if you're savvy to how these things are done. But again, the actual cinematography is fantastic because like the flare scenes and the way they played with lighting and everything, and even like the color and the burning stuff. Yeah, like there was just some fantastic lighting choices done here and executed beautifully in cohesion with everything else that was going on. And again, I think Sam Mendes did a fantastic job as a director because he did stage it incredibly well to work as the one single take kind of thing. Even just the way he would spin the camera around and chose to do it in certain places where it's like, I'm still not sure how they did it because I understand like false walls and stuff so you can move a big camera rig around.
But the environmental factors, man. Yeah,
like I mean, like this is a big old school Hollywood production, and I think that's also why it's going to get got a lot of nominations and deserves probably to win, which we'll get to in a minute too. Again, we haven't seen everything yet, but we'll towards the end of this we'll give you all that info where we're at now because we're about to be watching a lot of these Oscar movies, so. I don't know if we're going to review every one of them this way, but, because some we're going to watch at home on Netflix, which is weird. But yeah, and I thought even the music's very minimalist, but it really works. I think it really helped with the tension and the tone. Honestly, too, I did not realize how much tension I was feeling through the movie until the tension is inevitably released.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, it definitely hit me more than you. But again, I was in from the second it started. I was just like, I was like kind of clutching my pearls and, like I was in, and it worked incredibly well for me. And again, I mean, it was just, it felt real. They got into the horrors of war, and like the terror of war, and just, especially old World War I. Like, if you get up into more machine gun era, some of that shit was not going to work.
Prop and set dressers definitely get kudos.
I'm pretty sure they've got nominations for that as well. I'm kind of surprised this isn't the most nominated movie. But Joker somehow got 11 nominations.
Because Joker's weird.
Well, we'll get to some of that discussion, and eventually we'll do a little like we did last year, like the day or two before Oscars. Once we've seen, we'll do a quick little video of here's what we think. Plus, when we do our live stream of the Oscars, we always come on an hour before, and I try to run everybody through the categories.
And we usually fail miserably.
Yeah, because they want to watch the.
Because we want to watch the red carpet. Damn it!
I know, and I'm like, but I'm trying to get everybody on board.
Then don't turn on the red carpet.
Well, if something cool happens, we want to see it.
You cannot have your cake and eat it too, mister.
No. But yeah, no, so obviously 1917, fantastic, highly recommended. I think if you only see one of the Oscar movies, from what I can tell right now, I'm going to say it's 1917. I figured you would get to that. So now let's just do a quick little Oscar thing before we get in here. We aren't going through everything, but in terms of the 9, because the Oscar nominations just came out today.
If I have to watch another war movie, I'm watching Jojo Rabbit again.
That's fair. We have, of the 9 nominations so far, we've seen 4. This would be our 4th one. We've seen 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Joker, and Jojo Rabbit. Before seeing this, Jojo Rabbit was at the top for me. Now, this is at the top of those 4 for me, followed by Jojo Rabbit, then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, then Joker. Which, my thoughts on Joker, I loved Joker. I think as a movie, it's just a really good movie, not necessarily a great movie that doesn't really deserve all the nominations it got. However, Joaquin Phoenix's performance is absolutely phenomenal and elevates that movie like tenfold, which is why it's getting more prestige, and his performance is very deserving to be there. But of those 4 movies that I have seen so far, I'm going to put Joker as a movie on the bottom. I would actually rather I'll rewatch Joker. I loved it. All the nominees I'm sure I love or will love to some degree. But I'll still rewatch Joker, but I'm more excited to rewatch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, or I'm really more excited to rewatch Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, it's just like, I'll watch Jojo Rabbit again.
Yeah.
I don't want to really watch 1917 again.
Yeah, and again, that comes from somebody who's not a war movie fan too, so just keep that with a grain of salt, as I do very much enjoy great war movies. And
I said I just wanted to watch it for how it was shot, and I've seen how it was shot. I'm good.
So you're a fan of the director. Would you put, I don't know who's directed, but I know Sam Mendes, the director of that, is definitely up for directing. So
what else has he done?
Well, I can't look at everything at once. Hold on, let me check this one
I
thing.
thought you knew off the top of your head.
No, honestly, I don't. I don't think he's done that
because
many movies
I hear the name Shawn Mendes. I'm kind of like, isn't he a boy band guy?
Shawn Mendes is, but Sam Mendes.
Oh, see, that's where I'm confused.
Yeah, a little bit different. All right, I'm almost to the nominees here. Let me find the directors real quick. Oh, there's Best Picture. I couldn't see Best Picture earlier. Actor. Actress and actor supporting.
What are we looking at?
Directors. I wanted to see that, and then I was going to look at Sam Mendes for you. Animated film. Next should be director. Cinematography. God damn it. Costume design. Oh, good. Directors are probably all the way at the bottom. I should have. Here we go. Directing. Oh, so Martin Scorsese for Irishman, Todd Phillips for Joker, Sam Mendes for 1917, Quentin for Once Upon a Time, and Bong Joon-ho for Parasite, which we haven't got to see yet, but we will be. So again, we've only seen 3 out of 5 of those.
Snowpiercer?
I don't know. I'm going to look him up in just a second. I don't know at all. But we've seen 3 out of 5 of the director choices. So you have the director of Joker, the director of Once Upon a Time, and the director of this. So how do you rank those 3 while I look up Sam Mendes?
As far as directors go?
Yeah. Especially considering you were really interested in how this was staged and filmed.
Oh, God. Director, I guess because those were all director choices, I would probably have to go with 1917, just because that is complicated AF to do, let alone do it well.
I agree. I think he's going to be a lock just because of what he did being such a more intensive process. The other directors did great things, but so here's Sam Mendes real quick, his filmography. He did some video short. Oh, is that a Louis Vuitton? I think that's a perfume commercial.
And Skyfall.
Anyways, video short, and then he did James Bond, Spectre, and Skyfall. I never saw Spectre. I have the 4Ks now. Away We Go.
Spectre, actually.
Away We Go from 2009.
Don't know that.
Poster looks familiar, but I didn't see it. Revolutionary Road, I didn't see it. 2008. Jarhead, that was pretty good. 2005.
American Beauty?
Road to Perdition, and that's right, American Beauty was like his first film.
I've never actually seen American Beauty.
Oh, that's a fantastic movie. So I don't know if it holds up.
I wanted to see it when it came out. I just never got around
Ooh,
to
my
it.
God. I really want to rewatch that, especially. I wonder how much that recontextualizes frickin' Kevin Spacey's role in that movie.
Ooh.
Okay, we need to watch American Beauty once we get through all the Oscar seasons. Anyways, so there you go. That's a little bit of an Oscar rundown as well as we go through this. Theoretically tomorrow, unless some things change, I'm keeping my eye on schedules, we might be seeing Bombshell. And then Wednesday, what is it we're seeing? It's not an Oscar.
Weathering You.
Weathering You from the people that made Your Name, so you should probably get reviews for that.
Maybe that'll be on next year's Oscars. I don't know when it technically came out.
Right, true. And then Thursday, we should be seeing Bad Boys for Life.
He's trying to kill me this week.
And then next week, I know you want to see Doolittle. I don't know if you still want to do the gangster one, because, The Gentleman, because, I'm like, But if you want to see it, I will.
Well,
and then we'll get to a bunch of the other Oscar stuff as well.
I have a feeling by next week, I'm going to be like, movies.
Maybe Little Women. Because then, and maybe Saturday, we'll watch, like, Irishman or Marriage Story or something.
You are trying. I do not want to watch Irishman. I really don't.
But and again, I've told her, I was like, it's fine. I understand you aren't going to watch everything, and I'm totally fine with that. But I do kind of would like, if we can all convince her, I would really like her to at least know all the Best Picture nominations. At least those 9 films, but and The Irishman's in there.
Why does it have to be so freaking long?
I know that's the problem, because otherwise I'm like I'm fine watching on my own.
Hours,
but
I'd be like, okay.
I mean, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's just it's definitely a commitment.
I don't know. Kathy had playing in the background, and I'm like, really.
Hey, I'm going to Weathering with You, which I guess I'm mildly excited for, actually, so I can't use that.
Same director as Your Name.
I know, I can't use that. I can't throw that at you, because I did end up loving Your Name. Anyways, that's our movie schedule. That's our no spoiler thoughts on 1917. We got to wrap it up because we got to go do the spoiler video. Check out the Stardust, check out Patreon, look up TheEricButts, use the links in the description below. Click the thumbs up button, give us the good old thumb of encouragement, as we do love to be encouraged, and she's going to need it. She's going to need it. And just for all you, she's playing it up a little bit here. Just a little bit.
Okay, people, fourth wall break. This is a shtick.
It's an exaggerated... we exaggerate the shit between us, just so you know. Because it's fun. But anyways, so that's our thoughts on this, and I guess
Yeah.
now we're gonna get out of here so we can talk some spoilers and watch some more stuff, because I may go watch a documentary or a foreign film when I go home. And we'll see you all later.